Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and tonight we will be continuing the Heart of Darkness campaign. I have here with me tonight, let's see, Redcap, Cameo Shadowness, Ice Crystal, Yoshi, Wind, and Ballistic has returned after long absence.
Hello.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hi.
We're back.
Okay, just
Ballistic
a
has been acquired.
just a quick announcement for those of you that enjoy my uploaded content, videos, whatnot. I will be getting back to those soon. I am just currently in the process of finding and moving into a new home. So, other than that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the
Recap, perhaps?
recap. Yes. I was struggling for that word.
It's there. It's there somewhere.
Well, don't
Alright,
all
who wants
jump
to do
up
it
at
this
once.
time? Who wants to do it? Me? Anyone?
Yoshi has volunteered.
Alright, it's me. Last session, we had just bunked down in a safe place, went to bed. Biafi decided he was going to do a bit of dream walking, happened into Ice Crystal's dream first, saw that Ice Crystal was in dire straits in the dream, but was shunted from the dream almost immediately. Upon waking up, Ice Crystal stumbled out of his room and then was brutally ripped in half by the razor wire weapon he purchased in Otto's world. And the party was forced to do battle against him and also a barbed wire angel, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
It was a long and arduous battle, but we were able to prevail in the end. And as everything was falling apart, we were standing there kind of in shock. A new party member arrived directly in the middle of that, who is going to be having a proper introduction this session, I hope. And we left off as we were all in a bit of shell shock and kind of a bit freaked out. And that's where we find ourselves today, about a day or two later, thereabouts.
Meanwhile, Ballistic's character is like, "Hey, what'd I miss? Oh, ew."
Yeah, it's Ballistic walked into the middle of it too. We just came up with that on the spot.
I feel like I have a brain freeze.
Okay. Has
Yep, just got back. Got a
Okay.
sandwich.
perfect timing. So, you guys have spent about, I think what we ended up agreeing on was basically about a day and a half worth of time, and this is about halfway through the or was it after that you wanted it?
We said that it was gonna take 1 day for me to pick the body over, and and another day for me to perform the ritual.
You want the actually I wanted it at the end of the ritual, so the party a chance to say goodbyes and eulogies and whatnot.
Yep.
I swear.
Eulogies?
You not know what that is?
No, I know, but who died?
Ice Crystal.
Oh.
He exploded.
No, he was ripped in half. There's a difference.
Does nobody pay attention when I do the recaps? Like, what?
I tried to make it less gruesome, but
You tried to make it less gruesome, but I just hit everybody with the reality of the situation.
Yeah, hit him with a reality check.
Fun fact, our blades did not bounce.
also I just want to put as a side note, Ed, newfound respect for the cleric class.
Yep.
What do you want about?
I tested out the class in a different session and newfound respect.
Clerics?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, they're pretty good, I tell you what.
So,
Anyway,
not wind, you're the one that should be leading this right now. We will say that,
Okay, yeah, I know where to pick up then.
we'll put you over there since there's an altar.
Yeah. Ooh. What to leave in, to leave out. We are gathered here today for the ceremony that is the final send-off. I've spent all day preparing our dear friend Crystal for his last funeral rites, and I would like to take all your attention and just honor the dead. If you have anything to say, now would be the time to say it. His soul is still somewhat attached to his body until the end of this ritual. And so any good sentiment, evil sentiment, whatever, you can send off with him. Would anybody like to start?
There's just a lot to say. I just wish you didn't ran away. Like, shit, man, like, I get it. It's bad to be in one place. But we were supposed to be a team, and then you ran away from us. We were traveling places together. We were like a home together. I don't know much about homes, but there's supposed to be places where you're comfy at, right? There's supposed to be places where you can relax. And I get it. It's also supposed to be like one place where it doesn't move everywhere, but it's safer if we move together. And we couldn't do that. Because you kept pushing us away. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish we were closer so that wouldn't be that way and you would still be here. Maybe if I knew how to make this an actual home, that would change things. Usually I wouldn't care if things die. I've done plenty of killing myself. Seen so much death. But this was the first time I saw something I considered close to me just gone. And in such a gruesome way. That thing was no angel. But hopefully you'll see actual angels where you go. And you'll be able to rest easy. And make a new home. With new friends. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, anybody else gonna say anything?
Suppose I'll say something. I maybe didn't know you very long, as long as anyone else here, but I thought maybe, in the time that I did know you, that we'd become at least a little bit close. And I'm sorry. I don't know what we could have done to help you more, or if we could have done anything, but it hurts to think that you're just gone now. Just like that. I can't help but think maybe a little bit of that was my fault. But regardless, I just hope that you're at peace wherever you are.
Okay. Wind, would you like to say something as well?
Yeah. Ice. We didn't get along. But I don't think anyone should have died that way. You deserved better than that.
Okay. And since you're here, Ballistic, you do get a chance to say something. I am going to say that during the down period, you were informed that the Nightwalker ripped its way out of ice, and then the corpse of ice was used as a host body for a barbed wire angel. So, if you have...
Do I even want to know what that is?
A demonic entity that is made up of lots and lots of barbed wire or concertina wire that uses corpses to hold its form.
Okay, then.
Nasty.
Well, I definitely can say that that is not a way to go out kindly. Ice Crystal was a person that I knew. We had ice in our names. Kind of sounds similar. And... okay.
Blaze is currently drooling in a corner, so...
Had to. You had to. Alright, Ice Crystal. With these words, we hope to send you with some kind gifts to the next world where you'll begin a new life. May every death in our world come a new friend in your world. I will now conclude the last rite of Ice Crystal.
And with the way that your doctrine stipulates, the ground outside is not fit for burial, so a pyre is what you would be using to dispose of the remains. So, I know technically you should do that outside, but we're not going to question it. The roof has like 2 stories of extra space.
For convenience sake, let's also say, well, on top of whatever materials I need for that, there's also a sort of fireplace area bricked off here.
That works.
Or maybe, something a little bit more shrouded. I don't know.
I'm not gonna nitpick this one.
Yep.
Okay. Just had to do a thing.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
now is the time for, I know Red and Cameo both had a thing.
Let me finish this sandwich real quick.
So, in case you were wondering, for all intents and purposes, the appearance of the room is in fact what the room is meant to do. So, through the window of the spell up here is a kitchen. I will not say functional, but it is a kitchen.
The other thing, I guess I forgot to discuss it with you, but I did talk to Cameo about it, is that I do have a what's it called? Cook's utensils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that there's a functional, like, modern style, well, not functional, a modern style kitchen in here, so.
Okay. Then let us proceed with another scene. After I conclude the ritual, say something along the lines of, as is sort of embellishment of tradition, it is usually good to have at least a day of rest for grieving and adjustment. After a ceremony like this.
So, your doctrine actually technically stipulates a week, and 3 months is the worst that it allows for before it requires you to start helping the living move on. But given your current situation...
Yeah. Now, I would like to...
Excuse me.
I understand that every day it counts in our situation. However, I would like to invite you all to a day of rest and relaxation tomorrow. Maybe we can cook up some good food. Should be able to conjure some of that. Like materials. I wouldn't... how does that sound to everybody?
I can help cook. I got some cookbooks.
Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect.
I
am kind of
think
hungry.
That sounds very good. If we would do that.
Okay. I'll get started on planning and working on that. With that, I sort of go back to my busybody work I've been doing for the past 2 days now.
Okay. So I am going. We'll fast forward past the busybody work for you to.
Yeah. Oh, that was just open it up in case, they wanted to have some time to, unpackage it, right then and there. But if not, then, yeah, we can...
I know Yoshi has something planned, but that's going to happen after Cameo and Red. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do / say before we do the cooking sequence with the others?
Looks like good.
I think we're all good.
Okay. So, Wynn is currently in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Is Coral gonna head over to join?
Coral is digging through the recipes, and right now is looking at a very specific book that she has that has all the pictures in it, or at least is made of mostly pictures, and takes out 3 of them. These. I'll try these. Wait, where is he?
Oh, where am I? DM moved me around. I'm out this window here.
Like I said, kitchen. We'll ignore that one of the tiles in there looks like it's stained by blood.
For the as written of the spell, it has semantics. You walk in, there's a pot of potatoes boiling on the stove. Bunch of different cuts of meat laid out. Fruits, berries, herbs. The whole shebang.
Oh, you already got soft rocks cooking. I know a recipe that we can make for those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
I show you the cookbook.
Let's take a look. Which one? What are we working with here?
Roll a d3.
That's an odd number.
Yes,
It is in fact an odd number. Yeah, so she shows you a recipe for a potato gratin, if you know what that is.
Okay. No, but Google does.
It's a simple one, so nothing abnormal ingredient-wise.
Okay. Baked potatoes is pretty straightforward. Do you want to get started on this? We'll work through this recipe together.
Yeah, we can make it together. Make it like a home.
Okay, yeah. Here, I'll show you how to get this. Anyway, I turn around and do a little test. So this is how you test to see if the potatoes are done, and I stick a knife in it. the potato, it doesn't, the potato doesn't come up with a knife. And so that means the potato is cooked all the way through, which means it's a much more softer rock. Yeah. See?
We could mush it like this, but that's not what the recipe calls for.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna need some of this, and that, and start walking around, grabbing the rest of the materials: parsley, some butter, salt. I might be able to find some cream cheese, stretch, and anyway, so they're all
So
ready
you
to
are
go.
able to find a thing of cream cheese that is miraculously somehow not bad.
Oh, perfect. Alright, so, can you find a strainer?
What's a strainer?
It's a bowl, but it's got a bunch of little holes in it so that the water goes through.
Also,
Why would
when
you want to get a bowl that's shot up?
just a quick note, when you find the cream cheese, there is this odd lingering smell of decay that doesn't quite fit the rest of the area.
I'm going to ignore that for now. So that you can get the food out of the very hot water without hurting yourself. Because if you put your hand in the hot water to grab the soft rocks out, then your hand it will burn your hand, and it will.
How hot does it have to be to burn your hand? It's just water. Pretty sure you could just pick it out.
Whoa. No. It's very hot right now. See the fire under it? It's as hot as the fire.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Don't. So that's why we need the strainer. It's a bowl with a bunch of holes in it. I'm at the cutting board chopping up the parsley.
Found it!
Yep, that's it. Alright, let's get over to the sink here, and, do you want to pour, or do you want to hold the strainer?
I could... Well, we gotta do this together, so, I'll hold the strainer.
Okay, and I take the pot and I carefully pour out all the potatoes into the strainer, and it'll come out fine. Alright, so next what we're going to do is we're going to line them up, and on this baking sheet here, right? And then we're going to put some lettuce around it to make it look nice, and slit each one down the middle. Can you do the rest of them for me while I go get the rest of the ingredients ready?
Yeah, that'll be easy.
Okay.
So I don't have
come
to interrupt any further. Anytime that you are looking for an ingredient that you may or may not have access to at the moment, you do manage to find it with the same lingering scent of decay. It's more of a sickly sweet than a foul stench.
It's not ticking off any grave domain shit, is it?
Roll religion. With advantage, by the way.
Okay, advantage. Okay, that's cool.
All you really know is that sometimes things have calling cards.
Calling cards.
But you do know that this is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Must be a blessing from a god. I come back with chopped parsley, sprinkled in butter, and some like a little handful of salt, and say, okay, well, so I just put it all on top, and all right, that's baked potato, boiled potatoes done. Funny enough, I'm making those right now in real life.
Oh,
The meta.
Wow.
that's
Wow.
pretty poggers, bro.
It's prediction.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. He was making a thing and decided to use it in the game.
This was prepared completely. This is from Baby's First Cookbook, a book that Coral picked up sessions ago. Alright, anyway. Alright, so what's this next recipe here? Baked potato. Is this in a language I can read?
Oddly enough, yes.
Baked tomatoes with eggs. Okay, so. Oh shoot, hold on, I have to go grab something from the oven. Can you go grab the ingredients for this?
Sure thing.
Alright, no.
I look at the pictures and just try to grab whatever matches the pictures until it comes to the eggs. And then I'm just staring really hard at the eggs that we have, and then the picture, and then back at the eggs, then the picture again. If it's a different color, does it still count as the same thing?
Are you talking about the red ones or the white ones?
I'm talking about the whatever these are called, and then I point to the eggs on the cards.
I've got like a little what do you call it? It's like a little, like a 6 by 9 by like 4 or something like that, little bread. I come in like with oven mitts and all that, and I say, oh yeah, those are eggs yet. Those should be fine. Okay. Let me just put this down, and I put it on a cooling rack and turn back around.
Eggs. I heard that word before. I didn't know that those scribbles were eggs.
Yeah. So we have what we're going to be making is baked tomatoes with eggs. It's pretty simple. Here, I split the ingredients. I give a tomato to you and an egg to you. I give an egg to me and a tomato to me. Say, okay, let's do it together, right? Ready? So first you gotta cut off the top. I hand the knife that I just used to you, and then you take a spoon and you you just scoop out all of the insides of the tomato, and I hand you that.
For a moment, I'm just watching you, and then I look to the tomato. I don't know if this is working.
Huh?
I don't know if it's working. Is this what you do in home? Is this how home's supposed to feel? Is this normal?
This is... I don't know. Normally I'm not the one who used to do it. Normally other people prepare it. And then, I would always be at the table. That's just... That's how my family worked, That's yeah. It's more I think about sitting at the table. Does that make sense?
I don't think so. I've never really done this before. I mean, like, I've cooked for you guys before. I made that one slime. But this all feels different. I'm trying to make this feel like home, but I really don't know what that is.
Yeah. Used to think I knew what home was. I guess I was wrong. I mean,
Ice
yeah, go ahead.
Ice told me before that home is where you're comfortable with and all of that. I do believe it, but I just don't really understand it much. You guys are the closest I have to home.
For me, it was always family. Well, I mean, having a God in your family. Like, home has to be your family, I guess, in a certain way. Not that anybody ever really liked me or was my friend. It was all about relations. Uncle, cousin, great aunt. That's what home was to me. I'm getting pinged.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. I'm choking.
You okay?
I had ideas all typed out and everything, and I can't even. Okay. I got like too focused on something, like out of character. Yeah, that's what I thought home was. Just relations, aunts, uncles, family, but well, I don't even know if I would call them family anymore. I've read somewhere in some book along the way, like, or maybe I overheard it in that one place we just went to, you know, with all the Razzly things that led to Ice Crystal. Saying goes, it's blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. It caught me way off guard, so I remembered it. But things sort of shifted my perspective a bit on, well, a whole lot.
What's a womb?
The saying means basically what it means is your friends are more important than your family, like by blood. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but
So those that are from the womb are basically same blood as you? Same
Yeah.
family?
yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah.
I think I get it. So let's finish this up, alright? We got others to feed.
Yeah. Good point. Oh yeah. These are ready now. I can smell them. There is a very sweet smell filling the room at this point. It's I turn over to the oven and I pull out some what are they called? Cupcakes. Cupcakes. Yeah, we should try them to make sure they're good before we give them to everybody else. Okay? Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I want to try these.
All right. Yeah. I put the icing on and it's pretty plain, but well, when you haven't had sweetness in a long time, it's delicious.
It's fantastic! Can I have more?
Let's bring them out to everybody first. But yes.
Alright.
We come out with a
So-
lot of food.
As you step out, specifically when you don't know why, but a chill just kind of runs down your spine, and you know something is outside, and something you've kind of already knew was coming.
Oh. I
So
whispered to myself, couldn't it just be one more day?
you guys can't see through the dynamic lighting wall, and I don't want to have to redraw the entire wall for it to work. So we're gonna use the
Stand in the wall trick?
no.
Everybody's
It's
just
really
go
fun
outside.
because you can't move after you stand in the wall.
So for the party, an unfamiliar pony steps into the room. He's an earth pony. He is a very almost a navy blue coat with a light blue mane and tail, and his cutie mark. Let me pull up the image so I can get a accurate description of. So
Nice bait. You said that just as I got a message. That was pretty great.
the cutie mark has what looks like two, the creative wind design where it's like going in a direction so it curls at the end. Two of those towards his tail, and in between, it looks like a snowflake, but with arrows at the tips. And he steps in and looks around. Let me place him. And when you and him lock eyes, I'm going to give you the chance to speak first. I will also note that he is currently wearing similar regalia to what Wynn had been wearing up until the point that he switched deities. Except this guy's is way more extravagant and much heavier looking.
Oh, this is absolutely devious. I am going to pretend to stumble over my words, invoking silence at the doorway as I cross the room with my 35 to 40 feet of Earth Pony movement speed and say, "Hey, old buddy, old pal, how's it going? You good? You doing good?" You know, it's cast so it's somewhat like this. Say, "Hey, I gotta go talk to an old friend outside. Please enjoy the food that I prepared for you all." And that's when I get into the silent circle and shove him out the door.
As you attempt to cast silence, he says something almost inaudible, and you realize your spell has just fizzled.
Yep, I was expecting that.
And your old buddy, old pal, is met with like an icy glare as he looks at you and says, "Is that any way to greet your father?"
Why don't we all eat? You go. Why don't you go have
he gives you.
Talk for a minute.
Biaffi, he gives you the most scathing look and says, "Silence, beast." And go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, well, dang. Yep.
You have, in fact, been silenced.
Wizard.
Alright.
He then looks at Wynn and says, "So, what I was told is in fact true."
And what was that?
He hits you in the chest with a hoof. Hard enough to make you step back a bit, but not hard enough to like wind you. But
for all I know, they could have said 1 + 1 = 2.
A bit of background information for more for the party and partially for Wynn, because I kind of put this together behind the scenes. Wynn's father is known as the Grand Inquisitor and has turned down multiple attempts to make him a high priest of some sort because he is determined to snuff out any that would oppose Cadence and Celestia and any of their rules, with an especially heavy hoof against magic users that are unsanctioned.
Hi. Newly unsanctioned. As an aside, of course.
He's currently glaring down at you and says, "So what do you have to say for yourself?"
What do I need to say for myself? I feel like it's pretty justified, you know, based on the circumstances.
So for everybody else, he looks icy calm and like is very much living up to his name and his cutie mark with the almost frigid stature. But when you've lived with him long enough to know that he is on the verge of exploding.
I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm so done. I'm dead. Guys, remember that? It's in the book.
He looks at you and with a measured tone says, and this is a tone that you have heard far too many times, So you couldn't just do the job you were given. You had to fail me in a way that I had never even thought you could.
Hey, I mean, give me some credit here. I failed every way you thought I could. We both gotta acknowledge some common ground here, okay? Yeah.
He doesn't respond to this, but you can feel just like the weight of the disapproving glare. Again, for everybody else, he doesn't seem to be showing much, if any, emotion, other than just like this icy, like, disdain.
Well, what do you want me to say? You got me. This was just a big pull for attention. Like, what's the big idea here? Like,
I am here to give you two choices.
Two choices. I feel like there's probably more than those. Okay, yes, let's hear them.
Either you stay here with these, and he kind of gestures dismissively.
And I turn around and start walking away.
However, if you take this choice, he says this a bit louder, you will not only be disowned by the Sparkle family, you will be executed on sight if you ever return to the city.
What?
I freeze in my tracks.
I'm assuming I'm still unable to talk, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, let's just say let's just say that there was a second option, and there was a chance like hell freezing over. I would take it. What would that second chance be?
You renounce
Or what would
this
that second option be?
quote-unquote god of death, return to the fold, and you return with me to the city. You will then spend more time actually learning the doctrine instead of goofing off.
Look, I mean, from one demigod to another, I gotta call it how it is. I'm just gonna say, your version of peace involves a lot of not so peacey threats, am I right? I sort of turn to the rest of the room. Anyway, before this gets out of hand, I'm just gonna say the balance between life and death is much more important. The peace, of that, much more important than the peace of a society.
For everybody that is, as he's turned around, everybody that's watching, even you guys can tell he is on the verge of just exploding for Wynn's father.
Mm-hmm.
So, way I see it is, I either choose a lesser version of peace and follow you home, or I maintain a peaceful balance between the living and the dead, putting those that should die in their place, those that are dead but revived back in their place, and generally abolishing unholy abominations. Like some weird semblance of a doctrine of peace, maybe. I don't know, that's just... Maybe I'm spitballing here a little, but...
You can tell at this point, Wynn, that the next words that come out of your dad's mouth are going to be very, very magically empowered if you continue with this.
So, will today be the day that you break your character in front of others? That's my question to you.
With a slightly strained voice, he says, "Make your choice now. I do not have time to dally with your petty, time-wasting."
I take a deep breath, as if to pretend like I were meditating on it, thinking real hard, scratch the side of my head. I turn back to all of my friends who have saved my life multiple times, and I turn to my father who wouldn't even release me from prison when I was wrongfully imprisoned for a crime I did or didn't do, but I didn't do on purpose. I considered bringing it up, but my wisdom in traveling has given me a sort of intuition that maybe if I brought it up, I would have to do my own ceremony. So, with a heavy heart, I say goodbye to you.
You can tell he's furious. Like, everybody can tell he's furious as he says, "Fine then."
Oh, here, no, actually, before you go, have a corn muffin, and I hand him a corn muffin from the table.
While this is all, hold on.
Rolling him
While
too.
this is going, hold on. While this is going on, Biapi has just been writing something very serenely. I don't know if anyone wants to have a look at it, but it's, if anyone did care to look, it's actually just this very exchange. It's a very heroic account of how a certain cleric stood up to a very tyrannical someone. It's very amusing tale. He's just casually writing. So he's sitting there.
So he looks at you, Win, and says, "Fine. If this is what you chose. I was told that I am not allowed to do what I believe should be done. You are no longer part of our fold. You are no longer a sparkle, and you are no longer my son." And he turns around and just kind of steps out of reality, for lack of a better description for it.
Now I'll check that off the bucket list. Alright, let's eat. I'm hungry, and this food has been smelling good all day.
I'm sorry, I just want to ask, when... No, your dad knows that's not how DNA works, right?
I'm sorry?
You can't just not be someone's... never mind, let's just eat.
Are you in the bloodline of a god? I'm sorry? Do you have the political background to justify the statement you just said? No, I may... You come from a different time. I may not know. I'm just hazarding a guess here, but... Please. Let's take it. And those last lines came out. Those last lines come out very gravely. The facade is dropped for a moment, so to speak.
Am I allowed to talk now? Can I talk now?
Oh yeah,
Or am I still silent?
you're now capable of speech once more.
Right. Once all that's over, just... Well, he seems very charming. Why don't we go get some food, yeah?
Yeah. Quite the charming guy. You have one conversation with him, and... God damn, you can't help but adore Cadence. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Alright.
Hi. I'm just begging to talk to him more.
My face is stuffed with food for the next 5 minutes.
An entirely reasonable reaction.
So, does anybody have anything else they want to say or do before we move on to Yoshi? By the way, Icicle.
Yeah?
So, bit of extra information for you. Wynn's father, you do recognize that he was a paladin of a much higher caliber than you.
Well, that's just simply impossible.
Even your ego has to allow for that acknowledgement. Mainly because you guys are only level 15, and the way that he was built had 10 levels on you.
Yep.
Gosh, talk about being built different.
So basically, it probably would have ended up as a losing fight.
Yep.
Anyways, nobody else has anything to say? Yoshi.
Alright, well, have a nice meal. Especially enjoy the potatoes. No, it's almost like my mom used to make back in my village. You know, suppose we use a little bit of snow garlic go along with it, but no, it's still pretty good. And, having a good time, and everybody's talking and laughing, and I'm, talking and laughing, but, I'm not really feeling it, I'm not really there. I keep thinking of what I need to do next, and what we have to do next, and how we can move forward from this, how we can keep going after this. Keep thinking of how I can be keeping everybody else alive and safe, and keep moving people through, and keep doing what Shadowfire told me to do. And after all, I'll just kind of stand up from the table. I think I'm gonna go take a bit of a walk. I'll just need some fresh air, as fresh as it can be around here. I won't go too far, and I'll be back in a wee bit. Walk out the door, and as I do, I'm kind of over my shoulder. And you did a really good job on the potatoes. I really liked them. You did great. Thank you.
Thanks, I'm reading them now. Come find you if you're not back in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. And go out and out the door. I don't know where the outside is. I'm just kind of going out here to see if I went outside.
Well, yeah, we'll pretend that's outside for
Ish.
now.
Yeah, outside-ish, Kind of go out and walking through the streets and trudging through all garbage, looking at all the buildings, how kind of run down everything is, how everything looks, and look up at the sky and all the dark clouds, the smog. I can still hear the thundering of the artillery way off in the distance. Further I go, the more I'm wondering if I can even do what I'm meant to do, what I've been told I have to do, and kind of worrying that I'm not going to be able to do it. Eventually I kind of stop. I find like a little alley, go in there, sit up against the wall, and What am I even doing? How am I even going to keep going here? How can I? I've messed everything up so many times. So many people getting killed because of me. I shouldn't even be this leader of this group at all. Shouldn't even be here. I should have just stayed home, maybe. Now I'm here and there's nothing I can do. Nothing at all. But as I'm sitting and thinking, I realize, no, there is something I can do maybe to get a bit of an edge and kind of weigh it a little bit. I remember what happened last time. And, I don't want to cause more problems. Then I think that maybe it's the only thing I can think of where maybe I could be able to protect everybody. And so I reach into my bag and fish around in there for a minute until I finally found it. There it is. And I pull out a 20-sided dice. I just look at it and just... Give me something good. And I'm gonna roll. Alright.
I'm gonna have you do me a favor and re-roll that. I want something in the double digits.
Fair enough. Is that better?
Good enough.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh gosh, that's not the right button.
DM said,
Maybe it
hold
is
on,
right.
this ain't gonna affect the plot enough.
Wait a minute. Hold on just 1 second.
Well, be off you state now.
So, as you roll the dice, as you see it land on its final number,
I just brief 1 second of just just and then the vision. Oh no.
so you find yourself in an inky black void, and all you the very first thing that you start to think is, this place is not right. You can't exactly name what's wrong with it, but something is not right. And you look to your left and right, and you see your companions. They all look worn and haggard, and for some reason they're hard to focus on. Like, you can tell that they're companions of yours, and you feel companionship for them, but you can't for sure figure out like why you can't see them. But it's like looking at a blurry image in a foggy mirror. But you know they're there. And then you look ahead as the inky blackness ahead begins to move in a way that feels like it really shouldn't, considering how dark it is and how much it just seemed like empty nothingness. And through that, a skull just kind of pushes through what you now realize is a thick black ooze. And for a little bit, the skull's eyes are empty before a pair of red eyelights just flicker into existence. And it regards you, and without meaning to, you speak and ask the skull why it's doing all of this. Why is it here? And then it speaks. Before I continue this, I'm going to test this voice because I can't remember if this is one of the ones that is very difficult to understand. So let me know if you can understand me. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hold on, did you say something? No.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's understandable?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid.
I was in this place, in this world, before all of you crawling creatures, all of the light, all of the sound. And it was peaceful. It was dark. There was silence. There was none of this scuttling about, none of this crying and wailing, laughter, singing, none of it. And I want it gone. I want the silence back, and I will make it so. Even if I have to end you and start over from scratch, I will erase it all. And before anything else can happen, you are just ripped back from this vision back to your present moment. And give me just a sec. Standing in front of you is an absolutely terrifying creature. He stands no less than 20 feet tall. And in one hand is gripped a flaming whip. And in the other, give me just a sec, a massive blade that just looking at this thing, you know you can't handle this. And you know your party can't handle this. And it looks down at you with what almost seems like confusion and asks, give me just a sec. Let me find, there it is.
Why have you summoned me?
Oh no. I'm really sorry. I did not. Oh, it's all gone wrong. I'm so sorry. Oh no. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to bring you here. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to bring you at all. I hope you weren't doing anything important when you accidentally got dragged here.
Give me just a sec. I need to double check something. So currently it's not standing too terribly close. Like, it's close enough that if you tried to run, the whip would probably split you in two. But not close enough that you're having to worry about a secondary effect that just its existence has.
Yeah, as would be expected from a creature this, yeah.
So, the entity looks at you, and it seems even more miffed than it initially did, as it says,
So you're telling me that a pitiful thing like you summoned me by accident?
Oh no, What a day. Listen, I'm really sorry about this. It really was an accident.
I want you to roll a D100.
Yep. Okay.
What's the number?
53.
So the creature kind of snarls in disgust and looks around the area that you've summoned him into, whether it was willingly or not, and then he looks at you and asks,
Where is this place?
Holy cow, that echo. Yikes. Sorry. There's, I don't rightly know. We're in a dread realm of some city. There's lots of, I don't know what to call them, going on outside, but so far as I know, this is the only safe place in the area. We only just got here ourselves, me and me pet rat. And honestly, I was trying to get out to here, and well, now I don't know what to do now. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You're here, and obviously you don't want to be here, and I want to send you back where you came from if that's what you want, and I don't know how to do that, and now we're both here, and we're both just... Oh, this is just awful.
Shut up. Your prattling annoys me.
and after he says that, he turns around and he seems to be contemplating something as he looks around regarding his newfound situation. And then he turns back to you and says,
You've caught me in a good mood today. I think that this time I might let you off easy. However, you have to do something for me.
Alright.
See, I'm from a place where there's a certain, shall we say, shortage on interesting foes. So, find me something worth my time, and I will let you live.
Alright, can I go look, or is he just gonna, can I just...
When he says that, he also pulls out what looks like a small amulet with a jagged piece of red crystal hanging from a chain that looks like it could be rusted, but you don't want to know if it is, and if it is rusted, with what. And he tosses it at you and says,
Use that to summon me.
Just kind of nod nervously.
If you don't find me something, then within, we'll give you a month. I'll take my payment out of your hide.
and with that, he vanishes at just like a roaring geyser of fire.
Biaffi's just kind of standing there, just.
So you're not one much for demonology. It's never been something that was really much of a thing that you needed to know about. But not only do you know that was a devil, that was a devil that was so high up on the totem pole, it was out of your league without even a question.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or the one that was trying to say what it was, it actually called a Balor.
Yep. That's what it was.
And
no, Balor is in the Balor Gallery in Five Nights at Freddy's sister location.
That would be Balora.
New movie comes out soon, boys.
But
all right. Yeah. Biaffi just kind of stands there after the fact and just. Now I need to take an even longer walk.
I will also say that this is also the point that you realize that you smell slightly more than usual.
Yep.
Anyways, we have thoroughly traumatized Biaffi now. For Cameo wanted to do another thing. So back into the apartment goes the focus.
Back to the action.
Oracle, I have a genuine question. Why did you choose to stay with us?
Let me make sure I can talk real quick. I mean, did you look at him? Did you see the malice towards deviation? Did you notice that when I did anything out of line, that he was the one becoming unpeaceful? He's a heathen. They all are. Well, in their own ways, I guess. How a man uses violence to enforce peace. That's no good way to do it. We use death to enforce peace. Well, in a very, very, very loose sense of it. I can't remember our end goal, but I know that we need to kill the things that it sends at us. Well, I don't know, maybe according to that book I was reading, I should be saying guide their lost souls towards the light, which may or may not involve a process of, changing their mind through eternal reflection. Anyway, you guys have all, well, to say put your lives on the line that's an understatement. You have gone across, say, universes. Yeah, that was a different universe that Alan took us to. You've crossed the universe divide in the name of Well, right? A couple of words. Somebody said that we all could, like... I could go on. It just didn't feel right to go back with him.
Honestly, I did feel quite a bit of the malice. But I didn't know if there was anything beyond that. There are plenty of times where I show a lot of malice even when I don't mean to. Sometimes you guys do that too. I didn't know if it was something that was consistent. But honestly, it lines up with what you said about what you knew about home. He's total ass. So, I'm glad that you stayed. And we can make home together. Speaking about homes, though, I turn around and I seemingly enter a different place. There's like a door, and I'm currently in a demi-plane. I'm like, huh? Oh snap, new spell! Hey look, I got a new spell again! It's empty, but we could decorate it, I think. Come, we have to decorate it. We gotta do it together. Guys, check it out. We got a new spell, and it opens it into another room. We could decorate the room. Come on.
Is it a safe spell?
I don't know. It's a new room, though. Come on.
Looks fine to me. Step into the demi-plane.
Yep. I spoke to Nameless about it before, and just sometimes Coral just stumbles upon certain spells. Like, they don't realize it, and then they suddenly realize it, like, oh, snap.
One hell of a sorcerer.
Anything else you want to do now, Nameless? We're going to be decorating the room. Are you okay?
Me?
What was that, Nameless? What was that?
I'm not sure what you mean.
It seemed like you blanked out on us for some reason.
Yeah.
Many moving pieces.
The uninitiated is sort of shocking.
For Quarrel, were you wanting to, just so I'm not trying to create spaces for moments that you aren't planning to have happen, were you planning to introduce Quarrel into the idea of like what clerics and paladins actually are?
Yes, but I got completely sidetracked and I forgot to do it this session.
I mean, now's still the perfect opportunity, because all you have to do is ask why Wynn's father got so bent out of shape while you're decorating.
So, as we're decorating, Coral just kind of takes out a lot of weapons from their rock pouch. This wasn't even supposed to be in here, but it was the only place where I can put them.
Sad,
But
huh?
yep. But I have a very specific question. I know he's just a complete butt in general, but did he become like an extra butt because of something? He mentioned that you failed him, but then you said you failed him multiple times? I don't get that. What is that even supposed to mean?
Did you see the man? He was, for lack of a better term, a feather away from what's the word, like, he almost lost his mind. What's the question? I'm a little confused.
So,
Is this out of character confused? Because so I can clarify a little.
I'm letting it off as in character confused. Yeah, but actually I forgot the question.
In one ear and right out the other.
In addition to hydrate or dehydrate, remember to get your sleep, kids.
yes, sleep is important.
So I'ma just like catch you up. Coral was basically asking like why your dad was so pissed, and like specifically mentioning the like special kind of failure he mentioned.
Yeah. Well, he's always pissed with me. It's always something, right? Could be sitting up too straight, like, oh no, I'm making fun of good posture, or whatever like that. Not that I ever did. Alright, that was the main part of it, is I just make up random accusations. It came down to there must be peace at all costs, and I just disagreed a lot of the time, if not all the time. The way he sees it is I've failed him that special way as blood of Cadence, one of the two gods that I guess he recognizes in a certain way, as a blood descendant of that. There is an obligation to worship Cadence, right? Now, in return, of course, our blood, our god, gives us certain magical powers. For example, the definition of peace which Cadence goes by means, well, I guess a good way to put it is one piece, right? Everything stays in one piece as opposed to multiple pieces. Stuff like mending is the type of thing we teach our first year students, and as it goes, it's more mending of the mind and the body, healing. There were points where I was actually able to utilize a bloodline connection, channel Cadence's divinity through me, and heal you guys by just walking by you. I'm not sure if you noticed in the heat of battle, but that was one of my party tricks. Was, I guess. All to say, I changed patrons, and he did not like that.
For
That is the way I failed him.
For Quarrel, the way that patrons worked for warlocks, like, as far as you're concerned, you can have as many as you want. And as long as you don't really royally screw up and piss them the hell off, you get to keep your powers. That's how warlocks work.
But wait a minute, can't you have like dozens of them, like a lot of them? As long as you don't piss them off like super duper directly, it shouldn't be that bad, right? And it seems like you didn't piss off Cadence, you pissed off Fuckface.
Oh, no. Rest assured, if he's showing up, I pissed a whole lot off. Just, you know, a catharsis in a sense, but...
Just a quick interjection. When we are attempting to essentially in-universe explain, there's a difference between warlocks and then clerics and paladins.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Just making sure you know.
Yeah. No, that was important because I did lose my... If I start talking again, I'm gonna lose it again. I mean, some patrons do that, but think of it like this, right? Actually, no, that's not a good analogy, especially not for you. It's like, you know how the deities you're talking about, they're just like, just don't piss me off.
Yeah.
Basically, imagine you struck another deal with them, right? Instead of just getting some of their power and not pissing them off, and they just let you have that power and generally do, you know, what you want with it within, you know, their much larger... And imagine if there was another deal that you made that made it more power for more obligation, right? Instead of just not pissing them off anymore, they're giving you much more of their power in exchange for much more
responsibility.
Responsibility. I was getting there. Does that make sense?
So, to get more, you have to make a different type of deal. And you have to do more?
Yep. And only certain gods, deities, things will make that kind of deal. And usually, well, they make that deal with a lot of people, and instead of having, like, what is the warlock called it, a cult or something like that, it's sort of turned into a more organized, like, religious... Yeah, that's the word. Here's a good example of it, right? If you called on the Nameless One right now, and would he answer?
If I use the obsidian skull, I think so.
Using mostly your magic and the powers he's given you. Probably
No.
kind of a bad example, but
I'm pretty sure I have to use the skull for him to answer me. I wouldn't be able to just call on him like that.
so so now, do you remember when that one time? I don't know if you were with us yet. I don't remember if you were already on the floor or not. But there was one time, and this was in the heat of battle. I can't quite place it in the timeline. I'm just poo brain for like half the battle. I get my debuffs set up on the enemy, and generally I'm just surviving on my own. And then all of a sudden, a moment of clarity comes to me, and I say, I'm going to channel my magic to summon some aspect of my god to intervene. And, well, in the face of absolute hopelessness, we were brought back to one piece. That's that sort of higher priority, higher power deal. I do a lot to get there. It is
I think I see what you mean. Huh. If I want to try that, do I have to switch people? Or can I still stay with Shadowfire?
Roll at an advantaged religion. Win. Because this is kind of like the fact that you switched is unprecedented.
Yeah.
So, even with your limited knowledge of Shadowfire and Plagueheart, they're still alicorns. So, go ahead. What'd you say?
No.
It's Sunday night, isn't it?
But even despite your lack of knowledge on the subject, you're fairly certain that even if she were to stick with Shadowfire, it's still possible. He's still what you would consider a deity.
I don't know, kid. You'd have to talk with your god.
Did you hear that, Coral?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, real tired from all this ritual and cooking and all that. Get an early start on the night, I think.
Okay. So, to help Red out there a bit, we're going to move on from that. Because it sounds like background gremlins have happened. Anyways, before we continue on, Coral, would you like to do anything else?
I kind of want to speak to Shadowfire.
So, roll a religion check for me.
If it loads.
I promise for all of you that have been sitting quietly in the background, we will be moving on to something that you get to interact more with here in a moment.
You're good.
And it decides not to load.
Wind in the background. You're good. I haven't been paying attention anyways. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, okay, I've been paying attention this time. I can
Oh,
focus.
this time.
I wonder why Brutchies is focusing.
What you got for me, Coral?
It sadly got a 9.
Go ahead, re-roll that. Jesus
No,
Christ.
it really?
One more time. It literally did the same thing.
If you get another one, that's
we get
like
another
a slot
9?
machine win.
I swear to God, if you get another 9. There we go, that's better.
Okay, I got a 12 this time. It
Jesus.
hurt y'all and was like, oh shit.
So,
What was my money?
based off of what you have learned from Win and watching Win, you know that prayer is something that you can do that will allow you to contact a deity, and that if you do said prayer, it's better to do it in a private space.
Okay. So that means I've got to kick everyone out. This is my room. Everyone out.
You are
Thank you for
currently
helping me. But you gotta go.
You're currently being shoved out of the rooms here, the room here. So,
What? How? I gotta contribute on this. How does one get shoved out of the demiplane peacefully?
quite violently, actually, now that I remember that you were all already in the demiplane.
Yeah.
So
Y'all
you
were in the demi-plane.
You guys just land in a heap back in the real world?
There's a mumble. Nobody is quite sure who it's from, but he goes, "Oh, not again."
Sorry, I just need the room to myself. Thank you for all the help, though.
I will note that none of you hear that part because Coral is currently in another plane of existence. So, before we get started, a change of scene requires change of music. And loop it. Let's see how this one works. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So you're in your demi-plane doing the prey, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. What do you say?
Shadowfire? I know it's been a while since I talked to you like this, because the last time we talked, it was in person. So this might be a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's weird or not. Maybe you're used to this. But I got like 1,000 questions for you, but I'm only gonna give you like 3 or 4 of them right now. Do you think you could actually answer me this time?
So you don't get a response at the moment. At this point, you're not entirely certain if you're being heard or not, but you don't know what else to do without wasting a potential asset.
I look at mine from across the room. I'm not gonna do it yet, but I just want to know if what Sparkle said was true. If we make another type of deal, we would be closer, and I would get more responsibilities, but I'll have more power to help out and be able to be there for my people more.
So, when you finish saying this, a blue flame appears and begins to grow until it's in the approximate size and shape of Shadowfire, though it doesn't take a fully physical form. And it looks down at you, and you hear Shadowfire's voice coming from it saying, "And what form of deal would you have in mind?"
I think the deal is called Cleric. Like, that's the name of the deal.
The flame shape that is Shadowfire's avatar at the moment huffs out a small spurt of fire before saying, "I think I understand what you're trying to say. And there's two options for this. You are aware of one, which is the cleric route. Technically, there is another known as paladins. I believe one of your companions, the one of water, is one of them. Though
Paladins?
the flame shape nods before continuing. They tend to be a bit more upfront with their methods. Both are viable, and both would grant you further power, and further power from me. Hold on just a second. Swear I can type. I'm not gonna hit every key but the one I'm trying to fucking hit.
Paladins be like, in the name of my god, you are in his way.
Somebody help me out here. Do paladins still get divine intervention?
No.
Okay.
That is not a thing. They got a special thing at the end, but they don't get divine intervention.
So, Shadowfire, or the flame shape that is Shadowfire, says that. So, the main difference is that while a cleric can call on me in more of my entirety, a paladin doesn't get that. They're much closer to what you are now. Though they do rely on me for their power if I am the one who gives it to them. I do believe that your mother is one of my paladins right now.
Wait,
Oh.
this means she's still alive?
The flame shade nods silently. But after a moment, he does speak again and says, I will note that a cleric has greater responsibilities than a paladin, though. And this should not be a choice that you make lightly.
Coral fidgets with her hands for a bit, and she looks to the floor. I need to think about this for a bit.
The flame shape leans closer, almost touching you, and whispers, as you wish, before just kind of dissolving.
When he's gone, Coral tears up. She's still around, and she's a paladin. Do I even remember her face? Maybe one day I'll see her again. Just as a side note, Demiplane only lasts for an hour. The thing still can't... The room in general is something I can go back to, but after the hour I am kicked out of it. I'm saying this because I think decorating would take a while. So Coral just kind of gets kicked out of her own demi-plane.
Okay.
Ow. Ouch. When you guys see Coral, Coral is holding back tears, but they're not really saying anything.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I just got some new information as well. Where the heck is Biafi?
Has anyone
He
seen him?
gone.
I would say that this has been long enough for Biafi to come back.
Hey, fair enough. So, right on cue, Biafi stumbles through the door, just. Yes.
I will note that as he steps through the door, the stench of urine is also very
yak
much
sweat. I was going with yak sweat. Honestly, that's even more foul.
Either way, both stenches are very obvious. Because
Pungent, yes.
tell me that somebody that just accidentally summoned a Balor is not going to piss themselves.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yo, what happened to you?
I made a bit of a mistake, I think.
What happened?
And I don't know if anybody wants to roll perception, because I've got the amulet, on me. It's not
I'll
hidden.
say that Win automatically sees it, but everybody else needs to roll perception.
Let's do this. That's persuasion.
I'm very perceptive.
I think I am too.
It's very, very perceptive. I noticed that I got rolling. I got a good score there, right? Nameless, I noticed that.
So Win and Wind are the only ones that noticed.
Crap.
Yep, that's what you
It's-
noticed. You
it's
noticed
not
that you had a
loading.
very decent store.
So, what's up with that thing? I point toward it.
It's not loading for me.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it not?
That's
Oh,
bad.
noes.
I'm just gonna refresh to see if that helps any. Because, Lord, this is annoying. Oh no.
Don't worry, we will eventually be moving away from Roll20.
Wait. I mean, that's terrible.
Why? It's cheaper for me. I pay like $100 a year.
Oh my gosh, that's a wait, 100?
It's something like that.
Gosh, I forgot. You have to.
There we
you have
go.
to pay for this.
For it to be anywhere near usable for as much as I do, yes.
Oof.
Okay. So Coral did not notice either.
I'm the closest one, damn it.
Well,
But
you were a bit distracted by the fact that Biafi looks absolutely worn out and reeks of sweat and urine.
Heal.
And you're tall enough that Biafi is just below eye level for the top of his head.
I can fix the smell.
Boy, you know, that is my favorite spell, Prestidigitong. It's my favorite spell I've ever seen. What a great spell. Really versatile. It's a lot better than Prestidigitation, actually. It's just...
Is this like that, like, Rick and Morty moment where they're like, the only difference here is they say Parmesan.
Prestidigitong.
Old Ponish isn't too different from modern Ponish. In some
It's
cases.
just Ponish. It's just Ponish with extra steps.
so I'm gonna walk over to Biafi and point toward it and ask, "Where'd he get that?"
I just pointed out. Do we know?
Hey, so while I was on the walk, I may have, well, the dice, again, say that kind of a little bit under my breath.
I will say that since everybody is focused on Biafi at the moment, that nobody has to roll for that. Everybody heard that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh no.
I saw something very, very, I don't like it, but that's not important to this thing here. When I was myself again, there was this, how do I describe it? Just a very large, kind of flaming, and very spooky, definitely something to be afraid of, and it was not happy that he was there. He said he'd spare me if I made him if I found him some very interesting food, and he gave me a month, otherwise he's going to probably kill me.
Where did you
And
roll?
this amulet is...
Can you roll insight for me, Biafi?
Yes. But I never said I was gonna... No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Wow,
Yeah.
that's actually
He
amazing.
wasn't looking for food, he was looking for a fight.
Oh, I heard food. I'm sorry.
You're lucky you rolled that high.
That wasn't very
Yeah, that would've been-
prescriptive of you.
That would have been bad.
Whoopsie.
Fight. I have to find him something to fight. And if he doesn't, he's gonna come back and kill me, probably. in a month. That's what this is for. It's to summon him to fight.
Why would you roll the dice again after knowing what happened the last time?
I know what happened last time, but I don't know. Everything is so bad now. I just want to find a way to get out of the mess that we're all in now. Keep going on what we're doing to keep everybody safe. That's all I really want. I thought maybe if I looked into the future, maybe I might see something that could help, maybe. And I
The die that
suppose I sort of did.
Go ahead, Ice.
you have a die
Yeah,
that
go for it.
sees into the future.
It's a bit weird, and when you roll it, it lets you see a vision of things that might happen in the future. Only once I do that, I also summon something, and it's usually not very happy about it.
I'm sorry. That was a stupid thing to do.
Not only was it a stupid thing to do, it was a really stupid thing to do alone.
There are so many levels of stupid. I think it's like 15.
I know.
Well,
No,
it was a
correct.
19.
That's what I was about to say in character. That's why I said, wait, hold on a second. It was actually 19. 19 levels of stupid.
Oh, can't be helped.
No, some people cannot feel. You know, we're out of some very the future, maybe knows. Anyway,
Yafi, hand the dice over to either Coral or Win.
I'll take it. I can hold stuff really good.
fine. And I fish it out and toss it.
I grab it.
Tosses it in hands.
Roll sleight of hand. At disadvantage, because there was no warning.
Not actually tossing it.
Oh my
But
god.
it'd be funny though.
It would be really funny.
What, we're not gonna go with this one?
No.
We've done stupid things before. I've done the throne thing. You do a stupid thing once.
I already did a stupid thing. I'm not doing another stupid thing.
Yeah, that was a planned stupid thing.
Yes.
This was an unplanned stupid thing.
Yep.
I'll let it slide this time. Next time, think about what you say
Yeah.
or what you're saying it with.
Probably because this entire thing decides to glitch out on me. Oh my god, no.
Anyways, anybody else have anything else to say at all? I'll take that as a no.
Oh wait, I gotta inform Biafi.
You got a what?
Inform Biafi, I got a new room now. So I could open up demi-planes and I got a new room. I can't do it right now, but it looks pretty. I'll show you when I can do it again.
Well, that's very cool.
Mm-hmm. I nod before kind of like tearing up and opening my eyes, but then I close them and just nod again. Like, yep.
All right.
Okay, so it is now the next day. Set this to loop. Turn it down a bit and go. It is now the next day. You guys can. You've been well rested and everything's in order, and you can't stay here any longer because you have things to do.
Oh yeah, that's right. At a world to see.
Aye.
So, as you guys begin your journey once more, you see the kind of humanoid creatures. They're out doing things, just random busy work looking things. They might be trying to scrub stuff that you could tell will never be clean no matter how hard they try. Some of them will be standing around train tracks only to get plowed down by the train. And then you notice a group of them standing up what look to be very large metal, like flat rectangles. Think like almost they're standing up like they're dominoes. And as this is happening, you see as you're traveling a line of them that one of them decides that it's a great idea to lean against the far end and do domino things and fall over in a successive line until a group of them at the far end just gets absolutely flattened. And after a little while, you start seeing more and more of these lines of just these massive metal things that they've lined up, followed by a sudden shrieking whistle. Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, joy.
Exciting.
I'll explain what happened here in a moment. We got one.
Watch this. I've got this.
So we got 1 fail, 2 fail,
Oh no.
Watch this.
3 fail. Biaffi passed.
At least we're all not dying.
Fastest yak in the West.
So Biaffi and Ballistic passed. So when the whistle sounds, all of the big metal bricks that they've set up raise up into the air, lay flat, and then rocket off at incredible speeds. And the 3 of you that failed that roll... Oh, we're missing a roll. Red. T. AFK, he may have fallen asleep on us. Anyways, I'm going to... What? What the hell? I rolled damage and it blanked out half my screen.
Too much damage.
It shows on stream too. Because I wanted to see if it did, and it does.
Yeah, because it's capturing the screen.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't capture it exactly though, which is annoying.
So, all of you that got hit take 31 points of damage from, getting hit by a flying metal brick. That is roughly about I'd say, 10 foot tall by 5-ish feet wide.
Ouch!
We're just chucking bricks at us.
Well, they seem to be levitating on their own after the whistle called. And as you guys are looking around, recovering from the sudden beating, you'd notice that the humanoid creatures are faring no better. In fact, most of them faring much, much worse, as bricks speed past with meaty, splattering sounds. And
Ew.
most of the time, they're lucky if there's just a pair of legs left. Just ripping these guys apart.
Two-legged creatures.
You guys continue further into the city?
Yeah.
I think so.
So as you continue,
Maybe stay away, please.
you start to see more of the large creatures that seem to be acting as guards. They also seem to be carrying whips now rather than just being overly large and stompy. Most of them seem to be entirely just engaged in various forms of supervising, we'll call it. As you continue forward, you do note that some of the buildings have started to show lights in the windows. And if you want, you can roll a perception check to see what's going on. It's hard to see, but you do have a chance to be able to peek through the window.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
A good
What could
perception.
possibly go wrong?
Oh, I pushed
This
the wrong
time
button.
will be very perceptive.
Nice. Yep, that's what I expected.
I'm slightly more perceptive. I can see that.
So,
Increasing by a little bit.
Biafi, you just see indistinct shapes happening through the clouded windows with light in them. For Wind and Ballistic, as you guys are looking, you know that they appear to be humanoid in shape, but you can tell that they're actually like wearing articles of clothing. Like you can tell one's wearing a hat. There's another in the window that's wearing glasses. Coral, you can tell that there are humanoids behind the window, but you can't really tell much else about them. And for Phoenix, it appears you are bearing witness to what appears to be some sort of gruesome murder, because it looks like there is one of the humanoid creatures wearing glasses holding what appears to be like a kitchen knife, stabbing what appears to be another one. And all the while, you hear noises that you can't tell if it's pleasure or pain.
Why not both?
Like neighborhood.
As you guys continue further, you start to hear a sound. And at first, it's very indistinct, but then it sounds like something is speaking as you get closer. This is the point where some of the buildings have thinned out a bit. You can notice there is an absolutely gargantuan building. Like, all of these buildings have been big, but this one towers over them by over double. And it appears to be plastered with screens and speakers and just like megaphone looking things. And on the screens, you can see just close-ups of eyes that are just colorless. Like, you can see the pupil and whatnot, but it's all black and white. And then what looks like a very heavily decayed mouth is the other thing that you see over and over on the screens. Then it matches the sounds that you're hearing, but you don't understand them. If you have spells or whatnot that you want to attempt to see if you can decipher what is being said, then feel free. But I will also note, for just like more description, that the humanoid creatures that you had been seeing just like doing busy work, and even the creatures you had been seeing supervising, are just like enamored with these screens. They're just staring up at it. Anything within range that seems to be natural to this realm is just stuck staring at these screens as the sound and the flashing lights happen before them.
Wonder what's so interesting.
Anybody else trying?
I'll also give it a shot. Hang on, I got to go to my thing. Do. Yeah.
So, both of you realize pretty much at the same time, it's not even a language. At best, it could be described as babbling or just random noises. They're not hearing anything, they're not understanding anything, it's just noise, for lack of a better way to say it, that appears to masquerade as language. And it seems to be just distracting everything around it. However, that building seems to be the closest thing to a lead that you've had in a while. What do?
Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't hear anything coming up. Except in a bunch of weird stuff.
Doesn't make any sense. No normal language, that's for sure.
Aye. Well, it seems like it's coming from that building, maybe. Do you think? Do we go take a look?
Yes, much answer from party.
Oh,
I appreciate
that was for the
the-
party? I thought it was just those two.
I mean, for literally anybody at all.
Yeah, we should probably head over there.
I, in universe, am distracted by the thing saying all the gibberish. I am just
Yeah,
staring.
fair.
Hey, Coral. Roll me... We'll go with an intelligence saving throw.
Oh my.
So, Coral, unlike everybody else, you actually have some understanding of what is being said. And for whatever reason, like, this is just the most fascinating thing you have ever heard, to the point where you've just forgotten that you can speak to anybody else. Like, you're just that enamored right now with this benign information that honestly means nothing, but like, you're just fascinated by it, whatever it is.
Wait, are they talking about math?
No, I heard the Bible. Yeah.
So
Yep, nothing math.
Coral has actively begun drooling and is just standing there slack-jawed. And her eyes have gone from intelligent and inquisitive to dull and kind of fogged over. You can tell there's something behind those eyes, but whatever it is, it's currently not home for the moment.
Okay, yeah, math. The math. Well, math.
You sell
Meth?
Elrin on Quarrel.
See.
Spell
Hold on, I'm
sorcery.
checking. Do you need to roll a thing?
Depends what level of spell it is or what the equivalent.
Go ahead and roll a thing.
Okay. Ability check.
Coral. 2 + 2 = fish.
Bruh.
Yes, you are able to break the trance that Coral has fallen into. Coral, you are
Huh?
once again able to speak.
What? What? Wait, what? What happened?
Sorry.
Describe the feeling that you would just have if you've ever come out from what's it called? Anesthesia?
Oh God!
Yeah.
You just brought back the.
That's about the sensation that you're getting right now. That what the hell?
Oh jeez, you just reminded me of my heart surgeries.
Yikes.
It wasn't bad. I was just impatient as fuck afterwards. But it was
Can I
just
get out of
like,
here now?
yeah, because I was really like, what the fuck is going on? No, like, let me go. What? I want out now. What? Oh God, that feeling. Oh.
So we have already traumatized Cameo again.
I just want to say, I still really thinks that he was the one to break out Coral from the trance with his actions.
Hearing fish would honestly make me smack somebody if you were like close by. I would just be like, no.
Why?
2 + 2 is 4, not fish.
Does a
Exactly.
person need a reason to smack somebody because they said fish? Like, really? Come on.
There are 4 letters in fish and it starts with an F. It's basically the same word.
Plus, if you turn
Anyways,
fish on its side, it doesn't look like a 4, but I mean, you could think of it as one.
back to what we were doing.
Snap back. Gosh dang it. Snap back to reality. There we go. Eventually.
I thought you were doing a food that smiles back or something.
Oh, no.
The snack that smiles back.
Coral has come back to her senses.
Right, you were looking a bit
Coral,
rough there.
as to explaining what you thought you were hearing, just think of something that you would hear on TMZ.
Stop Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that doesn't see.
Coral knows what I'm talking about by the reaction.
That's not what it is. That is not what it is. That's pretty funny.
It's the last time I've heard anything of TMZ was like 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't understand it, but I also understood everything. It's the worst.
I don't think I've ever watched TMZ.
Yeah, just make it like a little more nonsensical than usual for them, and then that's about the gist of what you. Information that will serve no purpose to anyone.
But it's really exciting.
As I try to explain, I am stumbling on my words. And then the only thing you guys can really comprehend is that tomatoes were once poisonous. Out of the whole slur of shit I've said. That's the only line you guys were able to comprehend.
That's nice.
Starting to sound like ice. I'm only talking about vegetables and stuff.
Too soon.
Technically,
Like
they're a fruit.
Too soon, he's dead. Anyways, do you guys proceed forward?
Want to go into that building? I have something to prepare first.
With a little more volume this time, please.
Yes, proceed.
If we want to go in, I have something to prepare first, but I don't know if we want to. Dangerous.
Well, we're here for a reason, right?
Hi.
The heck is that sound?
Good question.
Okay. Upcast invisibility to 7th level to get everyone in the party.
Okay.
As long as you don't do anything too disruptive, you'll stay invisible.
So, is everybody gonna head to the building?
Yeah, I think. Unless you
Yeah.
have anything else going on.
Yeah.
Is Wynn back with us, or is he still?
Good question.
I'm assuming the lack of answer means the answer is still dead. Yep, still dead. Okay, so as you guys continue your journey, you get to the foot of the building, and you notice, like, behind the screens, you can see cables running inside, but you can't really see windows or anything like that. It almost seems to be one continuous column, only interrupted by the holes to allow the cables inside the building. The door for the building is a very plain, very featureless door, and when you step inside after opening it, you immediately realize that this building is basically just hollow, and you see a single creature that looks almost exactly like the ones that you've been running into doing menial tasks, except he's wearing a pair of glasses, and he's just unplugging and plugging in the same cable over and over. He's not even moving it to any of the ports nearby. He's just plugging it in, unplugging it, plugging it in, over and over and over. And you do note, after your eyes begin to adjust to the low light, that there seems to be just corpses with the exact same thing. They appear to have been the humanoid creatures wearing glasses, and by all appearances, they sit there till they die doing this job, and then get shoved off the chair for somebody else to sit on it to do the same job over and over and over
Again.
The only other thing that is inside this massive hollow pillar is a singular trap door. It looks very heavily rusted, so it's going to take some effort to open. What do?
I'm gonna go ahead and put in some elbow grease and open the door.
Roll strength. Actually, I think
No.
athletics also works.
Yeah.
You know who you're talking to, Nameless? Watch this strength.
My, how mediocre. So, Wynn stands there. You guys can't see him, but you can hear the grunting sound as he is trying to yank open this trap door. And it doesn't seem to be budging.
Don't worry, guys. I almost got it. Just a little more.
Here you go. Boop.
That is a very long spell. Oh, it's telekinesis. I believe it would be an intelligence check.
Alright.
You know, we were saying the same thing about telekinesis, Nameless. It's a long spell.
It's an absolute meme of a spell.
It's a pretty
So-
hilarious spell, yeah.
You were able to pop the door open, but as you could not see him, you also smack Wind in the face with it.
Oh my god. Ow!
Let's see. Hold on just a second. Before we continue forward, is Cameo still there?
I'm here. Sorry about that.
Okay, so was that a gotta go, or is that a I'll be right back, gotta go?
I'll be right back. I just need like another minute or two.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good. Do we have a win yet? Is he still MIA?
Oh my gosh.
I am going to go with still MIA. Okay, we'll continue. So, Wind, you have been hitting the bottom of the chin with a trapdoor. Need you to do me a favor and roll
My gosh.
Constitution.
Here we go. What's this gonna do, Nameless? Is it gonna poison me, or I don't know, make my shield always fall off or something? Oh my!
Yeah, after getting basically brained by the door, you fall down the trap hole.
Oh.
You can't
Do I have
see
a
telekinesis happening, and then you get brained by the trap door that gets yanked open while you're trying to open it. And then
So
you
this
just
is Fallout. This is Fallout Equestria rules, then. Okay.
What made you think you would be able to see the spell telekinesis? They never really acknowledged being able to see.
Yes,
They
did.
kinda did.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
Rarity
They
was
said-
like, it's a shame unicorn magic is so bright or something like that.
Yeah, so they did acknowledge it.
Yeah, but they can't tell the difference in the colors.
Yeah, which is
True.
funky.
So, and this is also the
Science.
spell versus the ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Wind has taken a sudden tumble down the trap hole. All you guys hear is a loud clattering noise as his shields hit the thing on the way down.
Don't worry,
Although-
guys. I'm okay.
Oh, you haven't landed yet. And about, we'll say, 5-6 seconds later, you finally hear a loud crash at the bottom.
I just picture you just go, ding!
I'm good, guys. I'm okay.
Just hear a cat screaming down below.
You take 20 points of fall damage, Wind.
Oh, I'm supposed to be the shield of the group. You're over here damaging me before I can even get into battle. My God.
Bodied.
I've already lost almost half my health.
Maybe you should have, coordinated,
Maybe you should have considered.
or
I thought my
the
strength would be
wizard-
enough.
the wizard could have warned you that they're going to attempt to open it.
Would have helped
Trying to
too.
sneak, we can't just announce that.
Sneak from what? The one benign NPC that probably doesn't even realize you exist?
Hey, you
Beyond
never know,
that
you might
one
grow a
plug?
second brain cell.
Do you remember what happened to one that grew an extra brain cell?
Actually, she doesn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn. You haven't had the time to be traumatized yet.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, I got you. You'll be plenty traumatized by the end of this. That's jokes aside. Back to what we were doing. Is everybody going down the ladder?
Yep.
Yep.
Guess we're stuck doing that now. Unless you can climb back up without falling.
I mean, how the heck are we gonna do stealth? I just fell down.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of just dumping a pile of pots and pans down that ladder. Because he's got, to my knowledge, plate armor and 2 shields. Tower shields, no less. So they are big. And a sword.
It's a miracle he didn't get stuck halfway down.
Well, once you guys get a small distance below the floor, it does open up to one giant cavernous room where it's just stacks of something. From this distance in the low light... What's up?
Don't give nameless ideas.
From this distance in the low light, you can't really tell what it is. Even Coral... It's not the light that is the problem for Coral, it's more the... it's fucking far away.
Which is saying something.
Once you guys get to the bottom, you notice that they all seem to just be discarded suitcases. Empty, but they're just thousands of discarded suitcases. What do? If you want, you can roll a perception check to see if there's anything of interest from where you were.
Wouldn't that be investing?
Specify, you will need to specify whether or not you roll it on the ladder or on the ground.
I am going to roll it since I've landed on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get on the ground. Give it a shot.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
At least one roll is good.
Spectacular.
Okay. Anybody else rolling a perception check?
I'll try.
Let's see if I can do any perceiving. I haven't had the best of luck with that one.
Those perceives.
I am up, by the way.
You're on the ladder?
Yep.
Since you have your devil's sight still, go ahead and roll again for advantage. Since you're not having to compete with the darkness.
No.
Roll 20 said no.
Roll 20 does not like me today.
So we'll start with the least fruitful and work our way up. Phoenix. There are lots of suitcases here, and it is very dark, and it kind of smells of mold. And it's just deadly silence. Okay. Next up will be Quarrel. In the distance, you see a dim glow, but once you get down to the ground, you realize not only can you not see it anymore because of the mountains of suitcases, you're also not entirely certain which direction it was.
Dang. There goes the glow.
Biaffi, looking around, you having issues figuring out which way to go or anything distinguishing feature-wise, but you do see something that looks kind of like one of those like shop light bulbs where it's like the light bulb on a stick. It's not even really a proper flashlight. It's like very, very, really old version of that. What do you with that, Biaffi? Because you were the one that found that.
I guess I'm gonna pick it up and... Like, does anyone know what this is? Because I would have no idea what this is, Biaffi. You don't know what this is. Looks maybe important.
Is it the floating thing? Not sure.
There appears to be a switch at the base of the bulb.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm kind of staring at it as I flick the switch.
There's a buzzing, popping sound as it hums to light, and it just keeps a solid kind of electric buzz as a gentle glow illuminates a small area around you. Now, Wind. Before all of this, you're looking around. You've been very forcefully acquainted with several of these suitcases, and you notice that there's a bit of a difference between ones that have been moved recently and the ones that have not moved in a while. And you notice, besides the ones that you have moved recently, there is a trail of ones that have also been moved recently, as if something was walking through them.
Does the trail lead somewhere, or does it just cut off?
It goes off and to the right, and then you can't see it through the forest of suitcases.
I'm gonna turn to everyone and put my hoof in front of my mouth and say, shh. Then I'm gonna point toward the trail.
So are you guys going to follow the trail?
After
Where's
Mars.
we gonna go?
It's the only lead we have.
What trail? He pointed at it and he's invisible.
Oh no, he's visible now. Absolutely visible now.
Every time.
Can you get any more disruptive than throwing the fighter down a metal ladder?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In fact, he would probably be the only one that is... Actually, no, Phoenix would be as well, I believe. With the telekinesis casting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is casting a spell.
Hey, next time we should try throwing Phoenix down the stairs.
Well, quit complaining. There were no stairs.
If you're gonna complain about the right things, but don't waste our time.
Noted.
Right?
Right where it counts. Anyways, you guys following that trail?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So as you
Right.
continue... Go ahead.
Even though I'm off the ladder, I am kind of hovering above the ground. I am not going to be touching the cases directly. Just because I am big and I don't know if they're going to break under me, even though I see Biafi on them.
Well, every time Biafi moves, a lot of them shift compared to the others where it might be one or two.
Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. Just going to hover above them.
Are we still missing a win?
Yeah, Sporkle fell asleep.
I guess he needed a nap. This would be the first time.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. As you guys continue on, you notice every so often that there's because most of these suitcases are all closed, but every so often there's one that's set up flat and open, and it looked like something happened there, but it's not very clear what it was. And eventually you do come to the end of the trail, and this happening seems to have been much more recent, as there is a large amount of blood splattered all around the area. And it does trail off as if something that was bleeding was dragged away, but eventually it just kind of disappears after a short distance.
I don't like where this is going.
You can roll investigation to see if you spot anything.
Hopefully we can all
See.
spot something.
If this big brain individual can see anything. Oh, maybe.
Oh boy,
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
Still technically higher than you.
technically. But remember, I do crit
Jesus.
successes.
Oh. Archaeologist status.
Waiting on Biaffi and Ballistic. And Win if he has resurrected yet.
It's the line between archaeology and grave robbing.
It's about
I'm smart.
200 years plus
Hmm.
1,000 years.
What would you do? What would you do for knowledge?
Ballistic be like, I'm smart.
I
Anyways,
am. I'm very smart. You can see by the -1.
we're gonna go ahead and go in the same order, least to most fruitful. Biaffi, somebody was violently murdered here. Other than that, you don't really see anything of note. I think Biaffi might also be muted because I have not heard him speak.
Oh, there we go.
Biaffi
Okay.
been trying to have a conversation this whole time and been muted.
Pretty
Next.
much, yeah.
Ballistic.
Yes.
But the most part you notice about the same as Biaffi, though you do notice shreds of what might have been clothing caught on bits and pieces of the suitcases that are along the drag path. It looks to be some sort of leather.
It seems to be some sort of leather.
Quarrel. As you're searching around, you note that along the drag path, wider out, appear to be punch holes, like in the center of the suitcases, as if something had stepped on it, but rather than disturbing the suitcase, it just punched a hole through it. It is too small to be a hoof, too big to just be somebody poking a knife in it, and it is perfectly circular.
That is so weird.
Phoenix.
I can't be the only one that sees that.
As you were looking into the suitcase, you note that there appears to have been some sort of brackets affixed to the inside, and you can see pieces of some unknown substance of a kind of like almost a rubbery texture, and it comes in like several different colors that is caught in those brackets, but for the most part it looks like whatever was in the suitcase was ripped out.
Oh.
You also note an odd smell, kind of almost a metallic smell, but it's not the smell of blood. And wind.
Yes.
Your companions have all been looking at the ground, but you decided for whatever reason that you're going to look up, and you note there seems to be quite a few spider webs in this area, of a very large variety. And not only
I
that,
don't like it.
off towards the direction that you had been headed, there is a very, very, very faint glow. Like, if you hadn't been looking for something, you never would have noticed it.
I'm gonna ask you this since you're the DM. If I pull out both of my shields right now, how loud of a noise will that make?
Depends on whether or not you roll stealth and how stealthy you are.
I will not pull out my shields. I will try. I don't know. I was gonna throw a rock at someone. I'm gonna point up. I'm gonna fly up a little and then point up.
Okay?
Then I'm gonna fly back over to everyone and kind of signal for them to come in close.
Well, and you fly closer to the webs. You note that while they do still look like spider webs, they also don't seem to be the same gossamer material that you're used to seeing for spiders. It almost looks kind of like a clear, glassy material.
Glassy material. So I'm gonna whisper two things. One, we're dealing with giant spiders. Probably haven't seen anything like them before, to be honest. You're not spitting out silk or whatever. Spitting out something else. Two, there's a light off in the distance. We can head that way. But chances are we'll probably be attacked late by the time we get there.
So, before we continue on, would you guys like to go ahead and put a pin in it for now? Because Cameo has medication she needs to take, and we lost Win a long time ago.
Yeah. She's just lost to us.
So we want to put a pin in it for next week?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's good enough for me. For those of you that may or may not still be watching, and if you enjoyed that, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to show further support to the channel, then you can join the community through Discord, link in the description, or you can show support to the channel for me specifically so that I can continue doing what I'm doing through Patreon. For those of you that are interested in that, there's also a link in the description. A big thank you for my priest tier patrons that support me month to month. Ishi, Equinox3141, Trailblazer, Scarmex, Ice Crystal, and Cameo Shadowness. Without you guys, I would not be able to continue doing what I am doing. Anyways, everybody, it was great having y'all here. We'll see you again next week. Everybody have a great evening and drink water.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget to sleep. Sleep is important.
Yes, don't forget to sleep.
Sleep or
Very
weep.
important.
You end up like Red.